sit all cloudy and blends with the dream of bottles lying everywhere. Got a guitar in my hand and a Western oil can under my ukole for a chair. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday.
Happy Aloha Friday, everybody. It's the Aloha Friday morning show brought to you by
the Pelotron Center for Economic Development and its Pelotron Company.
That's right, it's P-Set here for you. Okay, mahalo for being there. We have some interesting people to talk to this morning, some great music to play that's in the realm of Hawaiian music, and at times very, very different, but all good. And so with this morning, I'm Kimo Kahawano.
This is Ikai Kahawano.
And Leilani Kupahamarino.
And our engineer, Min, and we are here for you. Okay? So, in the news, well, I don't know, in the news, it's all about Super Bowl, okay?
Yeah.
It's all about, well, who cares about the news? It's all about Super Bowl. Now, the president even got away with stuff because why? Nobody cares. It's the Super Bowl weekend. So the president's giving his big speech by Monday. Who cares by Friday?
Yeah.
We're headed to Sunday. We're headed to the big game. It's Super Bowl. Speaking of the big game, last week's Pro Bowl was
was a success.
Was interesting. You guys win right in the last second of the game, right? They do the 2-point thing. Now the NFL, evidently, somebody was saying they're going to change the thing.
They're going to change it to like
7 points. Okay, you get 7 points, no kick, so somebody loses a job.
Oh, right, so no kicker, yeah, so no kickoff. I don't know, you know, it's really weird.
It is weird.
The Pro Bowl is probably the most tinkered with, like, athletic event for superstars.
Yeah, because actually, you know,
it doesn't make any sense.
It's all foo-foo, you know.
But I mean, it's good, but in all honesty, it's good because, like, the tinkering brought us to this year where we had, I thought it was actually pretty cool that, you know, two legends in the Hall of Fame selected teams and went head-to-head. I thought that was awesome.
But here's what
Great
was
idea.
really, really good. It was here in Hawaii. They spent money. Big money. Big money. So a lot of people came too. A lot of fans came.
Yeah.
And they enjoyed the weather. They enjoyed everything that was going on. They enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
They all went back home and got ready for the big Super Bowl. Even though the team's not participating. Oh, somebody good to go to do it.
Yeah. Well, I know you can't have everything either, right? Because the teams that are actually in the Super Bowl also aren't participating in the Pro Bowl.
That's right. That's right.
They're resting up.
Super Bowl. Speaking of Super Bowl, it's number what? Number what?
Number 48.
It's 48?
XLVIII.
XLVIII. Super Bowl number 48. We're standing on the side, waiting at the gate, trying to get in, but we can't win.
And we're freezing, because it's cold in New Jersey.
It's cold, baby. Freezing, baby. I see on the microphone, that's what Bruno Mars said, yeah?
Oh, is that what he said?
I see on the microphone. He says, pick up the microphone, and it's like an ice cube.
He said it was like a popsicle.
Popsicle?
Yeah. He said, I never had a press conference before a Super Bowl, and so he had to do his practice and everything. And found out, it's colder than
he said, I never had a press conference before a performance.
Yeah, concert.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you know you're stepping up. You're
stepping up.
You're achieving MJ status.
Now everybody's looking at his hair. They're looking at his Bruno Mars. They're looking at his hair. They're looking at his looks.
His S-curl.
S-curl. He's a lot more tan than when he was a kid. He's actually more fair when he was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Did you see that? Did you see that YouTube video?
No.
Of him at the 1990 Aloha Bowl?
No kidding.
Which my older brother played in, by the way, when it was UH versus Michigan State.
Wow.
Bruno Mars was Little Elvis, and he sang at the halftime show.
Yeah.
He showed that.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird how it came out just now because
Did it sound good?
Yeah, he just did like a quick little number. It was like one of those medleys.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all my fans for being here.
He's such a
what number did he do?
He was a cute.
Well, it was just a cute little kid. He it was actually some like made up Christmas song.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it wasn't any song you would know or anything. It was just.
Well, I'll have a blue Christmas without you. Come on, everybody, do your Elvis.
Just thinking
it's either Elvis or like Don Ho. Everybody do Don Ho. We really want to thank you for being here. And then Dean Martin, right? Dean Martin was everybody loves somebody. Are you happy?
The wine glass.
This glass. You know,
I need to start looking into that more.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of people, but back to the Super Bowl.
Right. So
coming up Sunday is going to be big. Now, there's a reason why I mentioned this. Okay, the reason why I mentioned this is because of the news articles. So the president did his whole speech.
He did. He did the State of the Union.
State of the Union address,
which no one remembers because it's Super Bowl.
And lucky for him. Okay. Now we got things in the state that are happening.
Yes.
Right? We got the legislature going in action. Does anybody know? Does anybody care? Yes, they do. As a matter of fact, because they represent us well. However, it's all top secret over there, closed doors. No, actually, it's just a matter of having enough people there to, to say something about it because they're interested. Okay.
Well, there was a article in the newspaper talking about like last year, the year of the snake, saying it was a very good year, but it could have been better. But I think that I think it was talking about the visitor industry in general, but I think they actually did pretty good last year.
Oh, come on! You want to mention it? You want to mention it? You want to mention the fact that you were born in the year of the
horse? Yes. So Kung Hee Fa Choy, everyone out there, because today marks the Lunar New Year of the Chinese New Year. Thank you. And
Chinese New Year's.
All over China.
Year of the horse. And
it's the wood horse.
And it's the wood horse?
The wood horse. Well, I don't know, because in the Chinese zodiac, there's like 5 different elements that also play along with your actual zodiac sign.
You're not just horsing around, are you? Horses, they know what we're talking about.
They sure do.
They sure do.
Oh, yes, you had that experience.
Yeah, I know. A horse walks into the bar looking at the bartender. Bartender says, "Hey, why the long face?" Old joke. So anyway.
So did you know, like, since it is the Chinese New Year, it's kind of the big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, we should probably talk about, maybe get into a little bit of like the Chinese zodiac, like what it means for all you horsemen.
Okay, one second. Okay. Yes.
I was just reminded.
You were actually going to mention about one of the subjects. One of the subjects that's very important to us.
About the norovirus.
Norovirus, okay? Now, remember the ship? They all got grounded. The crew had to go in there, clean the ship, and then they're going back out? Come on. What about that? Sounds stupid. Okay? Everything.
Well, so the same ship got the same. I mean, I just saw an article about the cruise ship this past week. Like, people got sick on it.
That's what I just talking about.
No, I know, but is it the same exact ship?
It's the same ship as what?
As the previous one.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a different ship.
Okay.
But same story. But Leilani, the reason why Leilani is mentioning it, because, she's been involved with health all of your life.
Yeah, and especially in the early childhood setting and just.
Did you say hand washing?
Hand washing. Such a common thing and such a common practice, but it's not such a common practice for everyone. And so you think about, something so simple, not washing your hands, and then how it infected hundreds of people on this cruise ship.
Okay, now how detailed is that? Because I once went to see my friend Hank Luning, and he had just had an open heart surgery.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I went in. She said, "Wash your hands." So I washed my hands.
There's a certain technique.
And I washed my hands. She goes, "Not good enough."
Yeah, I mean, because you know what? Usually say 20 seconds, so it's like either singing Old MacDonald had a farm, or Happy Birthday 2 times around is what we say to the children.
And on this farm he washed his hands. E-I-E-I-O. Oh, and a wash here and a wash there. Here a wash, there a wash, everywhere a wash. Old MacDonald had a boss. E-I-E-I-O.
Now, can you see standing at the sink that long?
Oh, that's a long time.
That's why it's hard for people to stand there and actually wash their hands that long, because you think you just wash it really fast and go.
More people have to learn how to sing.
But what's interesting is I went to the CDC site, which is the Center for Disease Control, and they've got great support for professionals as well as the lay person. But it was interesting because they say that this virus usually happens if the outbreaks are usually between November to April in the United States.
Okay.
Which it happened on a cruise ship. But I think it's interesting.
All about shaking. I'm not shaking hands.
And washing.
Washing
hands.
Well, it is about shaking hands. You want to be friendly.
Any time of the year. But it is interesting. They said the outbreaks are during that time. And they're usually like flu symptoms. And so you think, I've got the flu, but
and it's immediate, yeah.
Well, but
Get
it takes a
real
few
fast.
hours, and then
A few hours.
It's
within a
highly
few days.
contagious.
And
within
then-
a few days.
But you're talking about diarrhea.
Because it's
you're
how it's
talking
passed,
about
how long it takes to
throwing
get
up.
into your system.
Yeah, you're talking about a lot of stuff, and all because you didn't wash your hands
And
enough.
usually it started because of not washing hands, because it infects food
Yep.
or infects each
Okay.
other. And
Okay.
so that's something that's
And that's
important
your
for us
health commercial for
for
today.
today.
Thank you so much. And now, back to Chinese New Year's. Okay,
to go horse.
yeah, because somewhere along the line, I think I'm part Chinese. But,
Well,
but in
Well,
my
yes, you are.
grandfather's birth certificate, it said Hawaiian. Okay?
yeah, I know you.
And then when I went to get a copy of it, it said part Hawaiian.
Yes.
I want to know how that happens at the health department. How do you just relabel
A full
anytime you
Hawaiian
want?
to a part
From
Hawaiian.
a birth certificate
Yeah.
that says Hawaiian,
Yeah.
how do you get part Hawaiian on the copy?
Interesting you say that, because yesterday at a meeting
Yeah.
I was in, we just talked about the revision of the birth certificate. So
Uh-huh.
this year you'll see a revision, so there's certain things added so that statistically they can be able to pull up.
And
You know, I mean, people nowadays are such a mix. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
there's no like uni races,
Yeah, no, you
mono
get-
races
But back
happening
then-
anymore.
you got to find out though.
But
you got to
back
find out
then-
because health-wise, it's easier to treat. I think. Yeah, don't you think?
Well, we were talking about birth certificate.
No, no,
full-blood
about
Hawaiian.
people's, racially mixed background, so you
Yeah.
get an idea of, what that person is like. Isn't it better for health reasons?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's why we talked about it, because in order for, one of the discussions was teaching the children and adults their family lineage, because through that you start to track what are the different kinds of illnesses, conditions, and things that run within their
that's
family.
right.
So it really is important.
Or that
And-
race, right?
Right, that
Yeah,
race.
yeah.
But that particular family as well, but you're...
Race runs. It
Dad-
sounds like we're back in the
Dad-
Super Bowl.
Or another form
Okay.
of norovirus symptom.
Wait.
Run from
How
that,
can we
right.
combine Chinese New Year's and Super Bowl at the same time? We can't, because today is Chinese New Year.
Sure is. Yep.
Today, okay?
So the horse-
I said Happy New Year, everybody. Hey, listen, we're leading into February. What are you talking about? I said Chinese New Year, not over until the Chinese New Year is over. And get this,
That's true.
the Korean,
I still got my Christmas tree up.
Korean New Year's exactly the same as the Chinese New Year.
Oh, really?
Yes, Korean
Yes.
New Year's and Chinese New
Like, I
Year's
mean-
Last year.
exactly the same.
I mean, so they follow like a lunar cycle, the Korean people, I guess, the Korean New Year. Is that how it is?
Why?
Or just
Why?
this year?
Why you
It
add
was a-
lunar?
it was
I
a
never said
day.
lunar.
No.
No, the Chinese is a
It-
lunar New Year. That's why it follows
Okay.
the moon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, I
that's how
knew.
it works.
I knew exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so
or is
Chinese
it just
and
this
Korean
year?
are the same.
Is that just
New
this
Year's.
year?
No, every year.
Every year. Oh.
Yeah.
Every year.
Yeah,
31st of
it's
January.
probably the moon thing.
In fact, we sounded kind of Chinese now.
Except when the new
Okay.
moon occurs between 1500 Korean midnight and 1600 Chinese midnight. That's the only time when it is not on the same time.
Now
That's
you're
a whole-
all up to speed. Coming up sports in just a moment, because that's all we've been talking about, but no, not really. Okay, so we'll be right back. Let's get a melee in here, Hawaiian style. Ladies and gentlemen, AM 940, AM940Hawaii.com. And is iHeartRadio back up?
You know, I don't know, but there are other apps that you can use.
Oh, good,
because,
good,
Because
okay.
a friend of mine, I think there was a TuneIn app.
Oh, okay.
Something called TuneIn, and AM940 was playing clearly through that. So
Cool.
yeah.
Tune in app.
I think that was
Alright.
what it's called, but there's several apps.
And there's Tuna app, but you don't want to go to that one. Okay, we'll be right back. I'm Kibo Kahuano.
This is Ikai Kakawano.
And Leilani Kupahu Marino.
Happy Aloha Friday brought to you by PSED and his Pelotron companies. Kikae Malino. Yeah. Wendell Kekaoha. Walden Kekaoha. Wendell's brother. I always call him Wendell because I knew a Wendell Warrington, okay, who has passed on, but a very talented musician. But well done, Kekaoha, okay? And of course, winning hokus and beautiful sound. You know how it led him down this Hawaiian path. It's very interesting because he was with a very contemporary group, so it's all good. But right now, it is time at 6:25. It is that time.
All right, sports time 6:25. I'm Ikai Kakawano. Go Sports! What is up, Aloha Friday Nation? If you said Super Bowl 48, then you are correct. And it's been a long 2 weeks, but come Sunday, the wait is finally over. So grab that number to the nearest pizza joint and get ready for some football! But I have sour news for Bronco fans out there. Eli, a prognosticating ape who lives in Hoggle Zoo in Salt Lake City, Utah, and who is, quote, better than the Vegas odds makers, end quote, has picked the Seahawks to win this year after having gone 6 for 6 over the last 6 years. And if the game turns out to be a one-sided blowout either way, at least we can always look forward to the awesome commercials and Roosevelt graduate Bruno Mars's halftime show, which would be the biggest halftime show of his career, yes, even bigger than his 1990 Aloha Bowl performance. And in other Super Bowl news, the trash-talking media distractors and untimely media leaks have been pretty light compared to previous years. I mean, seriously, what's the beef this year? Richard Sherman's blog statement over a month ago about Peyton Manning being a great QB who throws ducks? Well, if that's the best they can come up with, I'll take that and let the game do all the talking it needs to. And in the NBA, all the rage is about one Mr. Kevin Durant, who has now had 12 over 30-point games, a streak that hasn't been seen since the likes of Tracy McGrady 12 years ago with the Orlando Magic. He goes for 13 in a row tonight in Brooklyn, and if you caught Durant's last game against LeBron and the Heat, I think it's safe to say the Thunder have the eye of the tiger. And in tennis, is Rafa Nadal's career in jeopardy? Last Sunday, the Spaniard lost the finals match in the Aussie Open to Stanislas Wawrinka of Switzerland. Say that 5 times fast. Stanislas Wawrinka of Switzerland. Wawrinka claimed his first ever Grand Slam title, and Rafa claimed what looked like to be a herniated lumbar disc while going for his 14th Grand Slam title, but getting stopped in his tracks at 13, still one shy of Pete Sampras's record of 14, and 4 shy of tying Roger Federer, who has the most at 17. Let's hope for the best for this great competitor. And the basketball Bulls still hanging in there after a two-game road sweep. Fell at home last night to Long Beach State, dropping them to 14-6 overall and 3-3 in the Big West Conference play. But they're looking to exact revenge tomorrow on Cal State Northridge, who beat them just 3 weeks ago in California in a heartbreaking 1-point loss. And there's your sports on Aloha Friday.
All right. Speaking of ducks, right? So the answer, Peyton Manning, I do throw ducks.
Yeah.
I've thrown a lot of yards and touchdown ducks. I am quite proud of it. Those ducks.
That was a good response to that.
As a matter of fact, he is a duck dynasty.
Yes.
When it comes to touchdowns.
And that's
how's
what the
that?
other quarterback
That was awesome, Dad. I
complimenting
don't
him.
know that. That was good.
That was
Cool.
a good comeback to the other
So,
quarterbacks.
so we got your prediction at the beginning of the season. That was that Seattle was going to win.
And I'm not an ape.
You and the ape. Okay, you and the ape. And just for the ape.
Me and Eli.
No, that's a monkey. So anyway.
So what they do is they put these 2 paper mache helmets in the zoo, and they've been doing this for like the last 6 years.
Yeah.
And so he goes and, you know, like the week before the game or a few days before the game, he goes and knocks over which one he thinks is going to win. So that's what he did. And then he eats the paper mache helmets, him and his wife and kids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
I guess apes
Yes,
can marry,
ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, I'm so excited. Are you excited as I am excited? Well, we're going to be excited on Sunday. But this is what usually happens at the Super Bowl. Okay, by, say, the middle of the second quarter, everybody's thinking about, maybe we ought to just go out and play some football rather than watch this. So we'll see what happens.
That's
Super
true.
Bowl number 48, you
48,
said.
yep, excellent.
48, folks. Yeah, the late, the great. And I'll tell you this, everybody wants Peyton Manning to win.
Really?
However, everybody knows how bad Seattle is. So that's the wonderful part about this game.
And that's
who is gonna outdo, and it's got to be coaching, it's got to be the team. You know, teams win, folks, okay? If you put it on one guy, it ain't gonna happen. Teams win.
That's true, but it doesn't hurt to have a great QB.
Yeah.
And you use bad in the 80s vernacular hip-hop form, bad meaning good, I believe, is what he said the Seahawks.
Well, it depends whether it's good or bad.
Well,
we don't know. But we do know we have to go to the music. We have a special guest. We're going to be talking to, where is he?
He's in California right now.
California, okay. So we'll be talking to Johnny Jett in just a few moments. Let's get back to the music. Hawaiian Style on AM 940, AM940Hawaii.com, iHeartRadio, and tune in.
Yeah, TuneIn is one of the apps.
Woohoo, okay. Happy Aloha Friday. Granddaughter is Pomaikai, and they had the big gathering last night over at the Marriott.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's waiting for us to call her, so she'll be on to share
She's
more
waiting
about...
us to call her.
Yeah, that's okay.
We just did call her
She
2
told-
times.
But you know, she's a mommy. You have to give her a little bit of space to get babies ready.
So what?
So anyway.
Okay, so mention what we're talking about.
So anyway, she's going to be sharing about Ho'omau, an event coming up that Punanaleo sponsors, and it brings all the schools. I believe it's 11 of the schools together, and it's their main fundraiser. But I think more importantly, she can share that. We can share about her grandma, Auntie Genoa Keawe, and over 6 decades of playing Hawaiian music. One of the greatest falsetto singers, and
let's put her on the phone.
there she is.
That's funny. I call you twice. You know answer.
I told Uncle you're a mommy.
Sorry.
No, you tell him. She has 4 children to get ready to.
I know. That was very, very. That was very, very of me. That was very of me.
My phone was on silent.
Oh, your phone was on
like mine
silent.
was yesterday.
Well, it's my whole life. It's silent. How come you never get the call back from the big producers?
How come you never?
My phone was on silent. That must have been it.
It was on Hamau mode.
Oh yeah, Hamau as opposed to Ho'omau. So
Right, Ho'omau.
tell everybody about Ho'omau.
We're excited to be announcing
Auntie Sarah. Videos?
No, I know, but
Oh, what do you?
Mark Keali'i Ho'omalu. Man, talk about power in a song, huh?
that was like the origins of rap.
The origins of rap.
That was like, well, I mean, not rap thing, but like it's like Hawaiian rap.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see, but you get that different
Like
feeling. Yeah,
phrasing.
that's so. The rap is so, in fact, so hard. But this one is like, wow.
Yeah, and it's also
Yeah.
melodious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not
Melodious.
just talking.
No, that's
And
what this show
phrasing.
is. It's melodious.
And
Definitely.
mellifluous.
and
Mellifluous.
mellifluous?
This is our.
Mellifluous.
We got a disease now?
No, that means fluid.
Oh yeah. Of course.
And it's very
And
perspicacious.
pleasant. Yes.
Yeah.
Keen to
As-
what's
as
going
long-
on.
An antonym would be cacophonous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cacophonous. That's when you take a nail and you put it in the coffin. Okay. So coming up, Super Bowl tomorrow.
No,
Okay.
no, Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Coming up Sunday, but you know it can't happen soon enough for fans of football.
But before we
can't
get
wait.
there, we do have Lunalilo's Luau.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Tomorrow something big
Tomorrow
is
is Lunalilo's Luau.
So Lunalilo Home,
Yeah.
which will be hosting their annual luau from 11:30 to 1:30
Oh, yes.
up at Lunalilo
Whoa.
Home, which was the home established by our King William
Lunalilo.
Charles Lunalilo,
Lunalilo, yeah.
who's
Yeah.
buried down over at Kawaihao Church.
In fact, you had a special
had our
Ali
Sunday last
celebration.
Sunday.
Yeah, at Kawaihao Church,
Correct.
Kahukikuna,
Yes.
and beautiful presence.
And it's one of the highway names. Is it a highway name or a street name in Hawaii? I
What?
can't. What's
What's that?
Lunalilo?
Lunalilo,
It's a street,
We
just
have
yeah.
Lunalilo.
Lunalilo Home Road.
Yeah.
So it's for Lunalilo Home.
I thought it was a
right?
highway too.
Yeah.
But people come to Hawaii and they get so confused about the all the Hawaiian names
Uh huh.
that we have that name the streets and everything. I think it's really
Yeah, so
cool.
it's great. I was sharing with
That's
your
how
dad
you
the
make
other day.
You know what I loved today was the fact that you were speaking Olelawa
Aye.
with
What a-
Pomaikai.
Loivi.
Aye. Leilani, you said you were.
Oh, we were mentioning about, only in Hawaii, nowhere else in the world, you have Kalako and Kapi'olani, that intersection. And I mean that, and you talk about the Ali, how we honor them. And then you go further, and then it's Kuhio and Kalako.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great way to remember our Ali, who left us great legacies that we still benefit by
Yes,
today.
and the palace is pretty good too.
Iolani Palace.
Iolani Palace.
The only
stands
place
today.
yes.
I tell all the visitors, if you want to be a part of history, you just step into the palace, you begin to understand the moments in the monarchy that it really existed, folks. Yeah, we had a monarchy. Yeah, and we had royalty. Yeah, it was real. Okay? You understand? It was real. How come it's gone now? Okay. Yeah, figure it out for yourself. Okay, good.
Thank
Many
God we
different
Now,
celebrate.
so Super Bowl.
Yes,
Lunar
Super Bowl.
Luau.
Tomorrow.
And today, Chinese New Year's.
Chinese
China
and
New Year.
Korean New Year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Since
In Korean, yep.
안녕하세요. That's it.
And it lasts for a few weeks into February.
Yeah.
And
Puyi fa choy.
Yeah, and it's, you know what I always wondered about the Chinese zodiac?
Yeah.
Why is there no year of the cat?
Yeah.
You'd think, right?
Gee.
The cat would have made
And
it.
yet the
Gee,
cat
thanks,
is
son.
always in the...
There's a
always have
question
the cat.
everybody wanted to hear.
I can actually
Why
answer
no
that.
year
Have a
of the
cat.
cat?
But I know the
Okay,
answer.
what is the answer?
Why?
So when the emperor,
It was a trick question. Huh?
no, when the
The
jade,
emperor.
when the jade, this is the, like, you know, the I guess the story.
Uh-huh.
So the Jade Emperor, millennia ago, he decided to make, you know, the Chinese zodiac. Well, anyways,
Okay.
the cat. So what happened was the cat and the rat were actually friends at the time. We're talking several thousand years ago. They were
Right.
friends, and the cat told the rat, you know, wake me up, you know, when it's time. You know, the Jade Emperor is having this contest to be, you know, be
Right.
part of one of the months.
Right.
So the rat actually said, yeah, sure. Ended up going to the contest and just, you know, forgot to wake up the cat.
Right.
He just was so excited to get to the contest.
Yeah.
Ends up jumping on the ox's back. They swim across the river, and then he jumps off the ox, and he's first.
Yes, thank you.
But after
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That
We
is
didn't
me.
hear why the cat didn't get selected.
the cat didn't get selected because he slept through it.
Yeah.
Because the rat forgot to wake him up. So ever since
So-
that day, the cat has hated the rat, and that's why they're enemies.
And then
nowadays.
the ox is right after the
At
rat.
least he didn't get eaten by the cat.
Well, that's why
But-
the cat eats the rat now.
But this is the year of the horse. Okay. Year of the horse.
Leo in Hawaiian language.
Okay, now, one would think that it being the year of the horse, that, you know, the Broncos might have an edge. We will see what we will see
Ah, good
on
point.
Sunday.
It's definitely not the year of the bird.
And with that, it's time to say bye-bye.
Sure is.
Because it's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A doobie-doo, be-doobie-doo-be-doo, a diddly-diddly-doo. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A doobie-doo, be-doobie-doo-be-doo. Well, Kingo and the crew sucking up the brew, poulet, who meat smoking on the side. All the surfers are dropping while the high school kids are bopping down Kalakaua for a ride. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. A doobie-doo, be-doobie-doo-be-doo, a doo-diddly-doo. It's Aloha Friday, Super Bowl Friday. Oh, it's coming up Sunday. A doobie-doo, be-doobie-doo-be-doo, a did-diddly. On behalf of Peacehead and his Pelotron companies, we thank you for listening. Thanks also to Imoku McClellan and Harvard Kim at the top. Mahalo. Here is where I sit all cloudy and blends with the cream of bottles lying everywhere. Got a guitar in my hand and a Western oil can under my okole for a chair. It's Aloha Friday,